Hey, welcome back to Steve Horvath Outdoors. I don't know if you could tell it or not, but I'm surrounded by lobster traps. That's what I do for a living. I'm a commercial fisherman. I catch fish for a living. Got to talk to you today about a conversation I had with a friend of mine. The guy's name is Eric. Good dude. He's got a YouTube channel and stuff. We were talking about the rods he uses versus the rods I use. And something that occurred to us when we were talking is, just because a rod says it's a particular action doesn't mean that it's that particular action. And what do I mean by that? Well, here's the truth. There's nobody that says that a medium light rod bends so much at 6 inches, so much at 12 inches, and tapers to the butt like this. It's all subjective. I'm going to give you a few examples. This is the only rod, the only bass rod that I own that I would actually consider to be a medium light rod. It's a Lew's speed stick, spinning rod. It's 610 or whatever it is. It says it's medium light, and it's just about medium light. It's the flimsiest rod I own. I use it for drop shots in open water, and I'll use it for something like a spy bait or even an open hook little finesse swim bait. But this is not a rod that I use around cover. It has a lot of tip, not a whole lot of backbone, and it's really hard for me to exert enough pressure to pull a bass out of a bush or a tree or grass with it. I don't use it that much in those situations. Let's go to another medium light rod. Abu Garcia Vendetta. It's marked medium light. Steve, you lied to me. Now you own 2 medium light rods. But I gotta tell you, this rod has nowhere near the flexibility and much more backbone than that Lew's rod that I just showed you. Same length, marked for the same line pound test, same lure weight, yet has a different amount of backbone to it. That's just the way it is. That's why when people say, well, I use a medium light, I use a medium heavy. Well, depending upon whether you use a Dobbins, a Duckett, a Loomis, Abu, Lew's, or anybody else, that same medium light rod could have a bunch of different actions to it. So it's very subjective. Now, I'm going to pull out a medium heavy. Oh, that's got some backbone. You know what? This is an older Shimano Sensolite. Okay, it was a very good rod for its time. It's probably 12, 15 years old or whatever. Works great. But here's the thing. This says MHB, medium heavy bass. And this rod has no more backbone than the medium light Vendetta that I just showed you. What's up? What's up is it's subjective, okay? Just because you think that somebody gave you a recommendation for a medium heavy rod, that you can grab any medium heavy and it'll be what that person says, is not necessarily true. It's not that they're lying to you. It's just that there is no industry standard. So, I'm going to ask you, is your rod stiff enough for what you're using it for? That's what it comes down to. The less you need to pull on a fish, the more open water, the lighter action you could get away with. Hey, I'm Steve.